Hi everyone, I'm David Weber, broker and operating manager of State Property Management, serving Orlando and the greater Central Florida area. Today I want to talk to you about a situation that a lot of homeowners are currently facing in today's market. Maybe your home has been listed for sale longer than expected. Maybe you expected multiple offers and didn't get them. Or maybe you're relocating, upsizing, downsizing, or trying to decide whether selling right now makes financial sense. And the question many homeowners are now asking is, should I rent my home instead of selling it? In some situations, renting may absolutely be a smart temporary or long-term strategy, but becoming a landlord is also a major responsibility, and there are several things homeowners need to understand before making that decision. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through why some homeowners are considering renting instead of selling, when renting may make sense, what many accidental landlords underestimate, and what you should evaluate before turning your home into a rental property. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what's happening in the market right now. The Central Florida market has shifted from the extremely aggressive seller's market we saw a few years ago. Back then, homes were selling in days, inventory was limited, and buyers were competing aggressively. Today, things are different. Interest rates are higher, buyers are more cautious, inventory has increased in many areas, and some homes are simply taking longer to sell. Now, that doesn't mean the market has collapsed, but it does mean some homeowners are adjusting their strategy. And for some owners, renting the property instead of reducing the sales price dramatically may be worth considering, especially if the owner plans to move back later. The market may improve over time, or the home could generate positive cash flow as a rental. Renting is not automatically the right decision for everyone, but there are situations where it can make sense strategically. For example, maybe you have significant equity but don't want to sell at today's market conditions. Maybe your mortgage payment is relatively low compared to current rental rates. Maybe you're relocating for work but want to keep the property long term. Or maybe selling today would create a financial loss or force a major price reduction. In situations like that, renting can sometimes create flexibility. And over time, the property may continue to build equity, appreciate gradually, and generate rental income. But this is important. You should evaluate the decision based on numbers, not emotion. That means looking at mortgage payments, insurance, property taxes, HOA fees, maintenance costs, expected rent, vacancy allowance, and repair reserves. We've actually done several videos on rental pricing, repair reserves, and current rent trends in Central Florida, because all of those things matter when evaluating whether converting a home into a rental makes financial sense. Now, this is a section that many homeowners don't fully think through. Becoming a landlord is very different from simply owning a home. Once you rent the property, you're now responsible for tenant communication, maintenance coordination, lease enforcement, legal compliance, accounting and record keeping, handling problems when they arise. And many accidental landlords underestimate the time involved, the stress involved, and the legal responsibilities involved. Things can seem manageable when everything is going smoothly, but eventually every rental property experiences maintenance issues, tenant concerns, lease questions, turnover, or unexpected situations. And if you're not prepared for that operational side, it can become overwhelming quickly. Before we continue, let me mention this. A lot of the owners we work with today originally never planned to become landlords. They simply reached a point where renting temporarily or even long-term made more sense than selling immediately. At State Property Management, we help many first-time landlords navigate that transition. If you're trying to decide whether renting your home makes sense, we'd be happy to walk you through your situation with you. You can visit www.managecentralfloridaproperty.com and schedule a consultation. We can help you evaluate rental projections, operating costs, current market conditions, and what managing the property would realistically involve. Before converting your home into a rental property, here are a few important questions you should ask yourself. First, does the expected rent realistically cover the expenses? Remember, don't just calculate the mortgage. You also need to consider repairs, vacancy, leasing costs, maintenance, and long-term capital expenses. Second, am I prepared to be a landlord? That includes handling tenant communication, responding to maintenance, understanding landlord-tenant laws, and making business decisions objectively. Third, do I plan to self-manage or hire professional management? And honestly, this is where many homeowners start realizing this may be more involved than I expected. Some owners absolutely choose to self-manage and are successful, especially if they live nearby, have experience, have time available, and are comfortable handling tenant and maintenance issues. But many accidental landlords discover fairly quickly that self-managing can become time-consuming and stressful, especially when balancing work, family, travel, or multiple responsibilities. We actually recently did a video called 5 Signs You've Outgrown Self-Managing Your Rental Property, because many homeowners eventually realize their time is being consumed, maintenance is becoming overwhelming, or they're unsure about laws and compliance. And that's often when professional management starts making sense. So here's the bottom line. If your home isn't selling, renting instead of selling may absolutely be worth evaluating, but it should be approached as a business decision, not an emotional one. In the right situation, renting can provide flexibility, rental income, long-term appreciation, and time for the market to improve. But it's also important to understand the responsibilities and operational side of becoming a landlord before making that transition. If you're currently trying to decide whether renting your home makes sense, we'd be happy to help you evaluate your options. Visit www.managecentralfloridaproperty.com and schedule a consultation. And if you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future landlord and market updates. I'm David Weber with State Property Management. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.